Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. Plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is far more likely to talk big than actually move ahead in his career. You might hear him share ideas or blame his situation on others, but taking real, steady action is usually missing. Even if he's smart and caring, low drive and quick discouragement will likely hold him back.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things don't go well at work, he's the type to break down instead of bouncing back. He may get upset easily, feel helpless, and pull away from problems instead of facing them. It's not that he doesn't care, he just struggles to handle pressure and setbacks.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He is unlikely to be popular or widely respected at work. He can be moody and quick to react when things don't go his way, which makes it hard for him to build strong relationships with others. Arguments aren't constant, but misunderstandings and small flare ups can happen.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he is more likely to feel unsure and a bit lost than truly proud. He cares about you, but your success might make him feel left behind or not good enough instead of inspired. Instead of cheering for you loudly, he might go quiet or look for comfort elsewhere.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he will likely feel insecure and uncomfortable about it. Even if he doesn't say so outright, his self confidence isn't very strong, and your success may make him question his own worth or place in the relationship. Secretly, he may wish things were different and feel left out or helpless.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He isn't very careful with money and may spend without thinking things through. He doesn't plan ahead or keep track of expenses well, so small purchases can add up and important bills might be missed. Sometimes he may buy things on impulse to feel better when he's upset.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He usually lives within his means, but not because he carefully plans. It's more out of habit and low ambition. He does not try to impress people or show off, so he won't pretend to be richer than he is. Still, he may sometimes make poor choices with small spending simply because he isn't paying attention.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is gentle and kind hearted, so you'll notice small acts of warmth and support, especially when someone needs comfort. He doesn't hold back his feelings or kindness, but with money, he can be careless. Not because he's selfish, but because he doesn't pay close attention. You'll feel his softness more in his words and presence than in grand gifts.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is not secretive or controlling about money, but also not fully open or organized. He doesn't hide things on purpose. Sometimes he just forgets to mention expenses or doesn't realize they matter. He isn't protective over money decisions and won't try to control how you spend or save.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He does not believe that housework is only your job, but he also isn't likely to step up and share it equally without encouragement. He doesn't have strong opinions about roles at home. It's more that he lacks the drive to notice and do chores on his own. He isn't stubborn or traditional, just not very proactive.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is willing to help with chores and diapers if you ask him, but he won't usually take charge or notice things that need doing on his own. He doesn't just supervise from the side, but you'll find that he needs reminders or gentle nudges to actually step in and do the work. You'll find more of a gentle helper than a true partner who shares the load without being asked.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is more likely to withdraw or go quiet than argue just to prove he's right. When there's a disagreement, he usually doesn't fight back or try to win the discussion. Instead, he pulls away, listens quietly, or gets lost in his own feelings.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's more likely to get upset quickly and might say hurtful things in the heat of the moment, even if he regrets them later. He doesn't usually become aggressive, but his emotions can run high and boil over. So you could hear sharp words, grumbling, or see him withdraw and give the silent treatment. If this happens, give him some space to cool down.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he does get angry quickly and easily. His emotions often flare up before he can settle them. For you, this is a big thing to watch out for. Quick anger can bring stress and hurt into everyday life, even if he's not violent.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He struggles to say sorry and take responsibility right away. When things go wrong, he's more likely to feel hurt and quietly blame others, even if he doesn't say it out loud. You might find yourself being the peacemaker and encouraging apologies.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is not pushy or forceful, so he will usually respect your boundaries when you say no. He might feel hurt or confused sometimes if he doesn't understand your reasons, but he's more likely to withdraw quietly than to pressure you or argue. Overall, he listens when you say no and doesn't cross the line. But it's important to communicate openly and kindly to help him feel safe and understood too.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He is sensitive and tends to feel hurt or rejected easily, even if you explain your reasons clearly. Patience and gentle reassurance help with someone like him.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care and not use them against you later. He may get upset or feel hurt at times, but it's not in his nature to betray your trust or bring up personal things to embarrass or punish you. With him, what you share in confidence is safe.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be faithful and not easily distracted by other women. He doesn't have a strong urge to chase excitement or seek attention outside the relationship. In fact, he tends to keep to himself and values the comfort and stability of a steady partner.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He is not the over possessive type. He isn't usually jealous, controlling, or suspicious. His personality leans more toward withdrawing and feeling insecure inside rather than trying to control you or keep tabs on you. You won't find him questioning your every move or making you feel trapped.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective nature is not really a sign of a controlling personality. He isn't the type to set strict rules or watch over you in a way that feels suffocating. In fact, he backs away from conflict and doesn't push his opinions hard.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is not likely to see parenting as a true team effort unless you make it clear from the start. Left on his own, he may quietly expect you to do most of the work, not because he thinks it's only your job, but because he misses details and needs firm direction to get involved. He rarely takes initiative with parenting tasks, and you'll often have to ask for help rather than him stepping up on his own.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's likely to lose his temper quickly rather than stay calm. Even though he's gentle most of the time, stress and frustration can easily get to him, and he might react with harsh words, snapping, or withdrawing into silence. His emotions tend to take over when things go wrong.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He will respect your role as a mother and your own person, but may not actively encourage or celebrate your efforts. He isn't the type to hold you back or make you feel guilty for having your own interests or dreams. You may need to look for encouragement elsewhere, as he won't naturally offer lots of praise or recognition.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he isn't the kind of man who would support your career now and then suddenly ask you to quit after having a child. He's not controlling or traditional when it comes to your work. He's more likely to leave those decisions up to you rather than try to steer or limit your choices. If you decide to keep working, he'll simply accept it. If you want to pause, he'll accept that too.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to act polite on the surface than show real warmth to your parents. He isn't naturally outgoing or expressive, so his interactions may feel a bit reserved or quiet. His kindness is gentle and understated, not warm and lively. He is more likely to quietly try to adjust to your family than expect them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is likely to feel overwhelmed and might make things worse, even without meaning to. Instead of staying calm and helping to smooth things over, he may get flustered, withdraw, or react with frustration. Sometimes this can lead to tense silences, awkward moments, or small outbursts.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
No, he's not the kind of man who will act modern with you, but expect you to become a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He won't try to change you to please his family or put extra pressure on you to behave a certain way. In fact, he isn't very assertive or focused on image, so he won't play double standards.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is most likely to stay out of it rather than clearly support you or side with them. He doesn't like conflict and usually pulls back instead of speaking up, even when you need backup. He's not likely to stand against you, but don't expect him to protect you or take your side openly.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He isn't exactly a mummy's boy, but he does find it very hard to choose sides in a conflict, especially when it involves his mother. He usually avoids picking between the two of you and will stay silent or withdraw if things get tense. This means he's unlikely to clearly back you up or stand against his mother, even if you're right.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is not likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He tends to be reserved and keeps personal issues to himself rather than opening up to family members about private matters. If you want a partner who protects what's just between you two, he usually respects that boundary.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Being in a relationship with him is like living with a gentle but quiet breeze, soft, caring, and rarely demanding, yet often leaving you to steer the ship alone. Most days he's calm and kind, never forceful or bossy, and he values peace over arguments.